Good. Excellent. So Peeptastics, here's the what. Instead of stalling any longer, it's time for us to move boldly forward. But also, I've been thinking about how what like writing these last two essays are going to look like, and how to work with like helping you in real time. So when we start, oh look, it's a pass. That's amazing.
God, Will, you're such a clown.
So when you write this essay, I'm gonna have you do it all in Google Docs, and then what we'll do is on Monday set up times where that like you and I will be on your essay together, like through Google Docs, so that you can get good, like real-time feedback instead of waiting God knows how long to get feedback from me, or like I've been thinking, oh, anyway, you don't need to worry about things that I've been thinking about and then have decided are bad decisions. But hi, Jacob Branton.
Hi, Miss Overbo. How are you doing, Miss Overbo?
I'm doing all right. Here we are. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys mute just for a second.
Your essay isn't due Monday, is it?
No.
Luke, she said mute.
No, it's not due Monday. So here's what's going to be due Monday. There's a brainstorming thing that used to be on the back of this handout, but I turned it into a Google Doc sort of thing. That's going to be the thing that's due Monday. And then on Monday, you'll sign up for a time where we can chat about your essay. Also, Monday will be, it's a surprise that is not like it's a kitten surprise, but like on, there'll be some ways where when you leave class on Monday, you will have a head start. I mean, you will have started writing your persuasive essay, whether you know it or not. Okay, let me walk you through this little buddy right here. Oh, by the way, one of the things that I've been doing with your essays in Turnitin, which is, it has a little thing where you can record a little voice memo. So I've been like recording voice memos, slowly giving you feedback about your narrative essays. I haven't made it through all of them clearly, but that's one of the ways where I think you will get, or where I'm trying to give you more immediate feedback and things that you can bring into your next essay with you. Also, and then we're also, I'm trying to think about what the portfolio is going to look like in this thing, because it doesn't, I want to make sure that what you're doing is actually, actually going to be making an immediate difference rather than just a big project-y thing, and like another opportunity to polish up and build skills. So that's going to be changing, but I don't know exactly how yet. It's still hello, extra people, hello, Hampton. It's still one of the things that I'm like putting together of like, how does this transform in a meaningful way? Anyway, with that, hey, advanced composition persuasive essay. Look at this puppy. Write a persuasive essay on a timely issue of your choice. That just means like not something, well, never mind. I'm arguing with myself while I explain things on the inside of my head. Doesn't make for a cohesive experience for you. Whoa, oh, that's not what I meant to do. Ah! Hi, how are all y'all? Did I just stop presenting? Can you see the persuasive essay document?
Yeah.
Okay, great. In the real world, persuasive essays can take the form of op-eds and daily news, commentaries on current events, trends, movements, and opinions on controversial or divisive topics, etc. Each variation has in common an informed or credible person, that's going to be you all, communicating on a topic of substance. Now, when I say topic of substance, basically what that means is not writing about whether waffles are superior to pancakes. But that leaves a lot of room for topics that you want to be persuasive on beyond that, because something that can be of substance to me may not be important to you, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be able to write about it. Same thing. So it doesn't have to be the typical list of things. It's just something that's more important than waffles versus pancakes. And there's enough to write about. Okay, you have a broad range of topics available to you, but your topic must be important to you, but of interest and of relevance beyond just you. But it can be a smallish group to whom it matters. All right, your essay must include evidence, although that does not necessarily mean research, because if you remember, your evidence, the evidence in the PJ nope, yes, nope, yes, no. The evidence in On Saying No was really these different stories that he walked through as different ways to support his point. Beyond supporting your opinion, evidence will establish your credibility, inform your audience, and provide a context for your persuasive efforts. Remember that the examples you read have involved anecdote and logic in addition to facts and figures. Use MLA in-text citations and include a works cited page if you do outside research. Sometimes it is really cool where it's like thinking about a opinion. There are all of these great poll numbers so you can say 74% of Minnesotans agree with me. Or if you want to talk about something that's happening on the park board, you could, or with city parks or with the air quality, we should, never mind. Anyway, but you would be able to cite a statistic on the EPA, let's say, or Clean Water Action or something along those lines. So, but it's not, so it's being able to choose to use actual factual data evidence in a way that's actually going to be meaningful and relevant, rather than kind of gathering a whole bunch of facts and then throwing them underneath a thesis statement and being like, I'm persuaded. Okay, keep in mind the structure of a good argument. We should be able to discern your claim, any data you're using, warrants, and concessions. However, remember that you should structure your essay effectively and not use that as a roadmap. Also remember the tools at your disposal, appealing to ethos, logos, and pathos. Those are things that you're not going to do in any particular order. But again, in the same way that you're like, hey, or where I talked about, hey, mom and dad, excuse me, I would like to be a hobo, and here are a bunch of different things, you will use within your persuasion. You will probably somewhere have a little emotional story. You will probably somewhere establish why we should believe you, and somewhere or other, you're going to appeal to people's brain and all that sort of stuff. So we can talk about how you get those things ninja'd in rather than just checking them off a list in order. So now the requirements links at least 2 pages spilling onto a third. You have until Monday to brainstorm. Monday, I'm going to ask you to come back on Thursday with a substantial draft. And then on Thursday, you and I will look at the things that you have so far, talk about a little bit of writing, and then send you off so that really within the space of 2 weeks, we'll have that essay done.
Yeah, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Are we still going to do the college essay?
Yes. That's why this is really short, so that we're finishing. It's more important to me that you have a college essay. And I almost swapped in the college essay for this, except for because we'd been doing the logical fallacies and then kind of foundations of good argument, that I still wanted to make sure that that was connected to the persuasive essay. So that's why, yeah, that's why you see the first draft being a week from today is basically me and you guys signing up or being on Google Docs at a certain time, and then being able to do a one-on-one commenty helpy bit, and then we may not even do peer conferences. I just left that on there as part of a framework, but I don't. So that may also change, and it may kind of move things in a different direction, or move things up a little bit, so that we are starting so that we do the college application essay as the fourth and final essay, and then the portfolio project really ends up being, what would you like to perfect / revise in any of your old essays, and leaving out kind of some of the other bells and whistles with that. Does that make sense? Okay, so now the thing that you are doing for Monday is this little puppy, except for it's not that little puppy specifically. It is here, done. On pair skill, this will actually bring you, nope, just kidding. Yes, no, yes, no. Oh, this should bring you to this little guy, again, created as a handout for you. Although since Google Docs seems to be doing a weird thing, sometimes not giving people access to, or like not making the handout for them, so I thought I'd have it both ways. But the Dropbox is there, and it's just going through like, hey, thinking again about authentic persuasion rather than being like, we should eliminate tuna, or I mean, from people's diets, or like whether or not something euthanasia. I would much rather have you writing in a realm that is of relevance to you. So probably you were arguing with somebody and trying to persuade somebody about something. What's something you're a secret expert in? Because like, I know that you all have areas of expertise or areas of knowledge that don't necessarily get reflected in school, or whatever. So which opinions in that area would you share with somebody looking for guidance? As in, like, how would you give good advice to somebody who didn't know anything in that area? Filling in the blank for this, if I were in charge of this. And then under, it used to be all of the following categories, but that just felt like a lot of busy work. So I want you to pick 5 of these categories to say, oh, I have an opinion.
Is the brainstorming thing, is that like optional to help us come up with a topic, or is that required? Like, if you already think we have a topic,
yeah, so if you already have a topic, okay, if you already have a topic, I still want you to do the first half, but you don't have to do the like populating different ideas underneath those headings, all right? Because I do want people to have backup. Sometimes the thing that you, like sometimes people do end up writing about what their not first thought was. But I don't want to put you through a whole bunch of extra busy work. So that's fair with me if you do that. All right. So ladies and gentlemen,